What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and welcome on back to Mass Effect. So last episode, we made it to Peak 15, we completed all those repairs, so now it's time for us to head into Rift Station and see how fucked up this situation actually is.
Departing
See what's really going on here.
Destination, Rift Station.
Fuck the survivors, get the lay of the land. And eventually we're going to be running into Asari Commandos and Benezia too. We already know that. We know they're here, we just haven't run into any of them yet. Only her Gaff.
Now arriving at Rift Station, Binary Helix Research Facility.
We got a pretty strong squad here. I mean, realistically, when you think about it, we got a matriarch's daughter, so she's one of the strongest biotics ever, potentially. And then we got Rex, which is the most badass Krogan in history and will to ever have existed, to be honest. Having Rex on board just increases confidence 10x. So I would imagine that this would be the way to the hot labs, but that's all locked down still, so we can only go this way, and this is going to be the Rift Station. That's the hot labs, so still locked down. Rift Station we can take, though. See if we can't help some of the survivors here. For as much as I've talked shit about the corporation messing with the, you know, biochemical things and genetic enhancements, it's still not their fault they're in this situation, they're just paid. I'll help if I can.
Stand down.
Smart man. At least you can tell the difference.
Couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
Can those things work a train's controls?
Hell if I know. I'm not assuming any goddamn thing. Look, you're human and that's enough that I won't shoot, but I'd like to know who you are.
My name is Shepard. I'm a Spectre.
Huh. I won't look a heavily armed horse in the mouth.
Doubling down on the smart man part.
Last week. Only Han Olar got out and he ain't all there anymore. The first we knew, the bastards were clawing into my command post. We had a lot more staff then.
You were taken by surprise and had civilians to protect. You did a good job, Captain.
Yeah? Sure as hell doesn't feel like it. The board sent an Asari to clean up the mess. She went to the hot labs yesterday. We haven't heard from her since.
I'm not gonna let any of your people die.
All I can do is hold out here and protect the civilians. There's an emergency elevator out by the trams. This card will let you activate it. It can take you down to the hot labs. Oh, and if you need any first aid, Dr. Cohen's downstairs in the med bay.
So we could skip on right down to the hot labs and not mess with any of this stuff here in Rift Station, but that's not how this is going to work. I'm not going to do that. These people need assistance.
Tell me about Rift Station.
I can't talk about everything. What do you need to know?
Tell me about the defenses here.
Secure enough that you shouldn't poke in corners.
I was just impressed with your operation. Being able to weather a week of assaults is no mean feat.
Only the best get assigned to high-security facilities like this. What impresses me most is the turrets, alarms, and cameras. They're all routed through a central location out by the quarantine labs. One guy can lock down the whole facility. The security hub's the last logical fallback, and we'd have cover from the turrets all the way.
Yeah, when you think about this, all these people are probably Alliance Spec Ops, right? They're probably all N6, N5, maybe even N7 to some degree. They're all probably special forces that get assigned to things like this, like retired from the Alliance and now you come work security for a big firm. It's kind of like what happens in real life, right? With the whole mercenaries and private security and all that.
What kind of research is done here?
Beats me. I'm not supposed to know. So long as people don't start dying, it's not my problem.
A soldier's mind.
What can you tell me about the aliens?
Ask Dr. Olar. He's the only one who made it out of the hot labs. He's the only Volus left in here.
I need to know more about the situation in the hot labs.
The facility's off the network. The only way to find out would be to send scouts down the elevator, and I won't send my people to their death.
Did the aliens come from inside the facility, or did they attack from outside?
You want my personal opinion? Labs like that exist to do stupid crap that gets people killed.
I am very inclined to agree. Chemical warfare, biogenetic research, chem weapons, bioweapons, gas, all that stuff, like gain of function research, all that shit is a shit show and shouldn't be done. We shouldn't be messing with super viruses and super chemicals, super diseases, all that stuff. None of that should be messed with, in my opinion.
Tell me about the structure of the hot labs.
It's built into one of the glaciers.
Captain Ventralis said it best.
Real old, thick, stable.
The only reason places like that exist is to do stupid shit and get people killed.
Normally the crew gets to the labs using a tram from Central Station. We've got an elevator that connects directly, but it's for emergency use only.
Listen, I'm not sending my people down there. It's too dangerous. You understand?
I do.
How are your people holding up?
We weren't expecting the initial wave. They made it inside. We lost some good people. Those of us left are short-handed. We've kept order by long shifts and stems. I don't like it, but I don't see an alternative.
Yeah, so they're using stims to stay awake so they can do those long shifts, trading off probably a couple hours every now and then to get some sleep. That's rough.
You're certain the matriarch is still in the hot labs?
She hasn't come back here. You came through Central Station, so she ain't there.
Fair enough.
I've got work to do.
Yeah, I hear that. Hell! Man the perimeter!
Look out! Contact.
We're going again. Let's lift you up.
Enemy is everywhere!
Gonna be a couple waves of these things coming up here, and there is a bug you can get here. If you end up using Singularity, you can actually glitch these things down into the floor and they won't come out of the vents.
Thanks for the help. Every few hours a group comes up the tram tunnel. It's actually better since we locked down the elevator.
I'll do whatever I can.
I don't know why they keep throwing themselves against our defenses. Even animals should learn not to stick their noses where it hurts.
And they clearly want inside. It's not a matter of them not understanding the risks, it's a matter of them not caring.
Just hold down the trigger and zap. Hallway full of flash-boiled bugs.
Durians, that does sound fun though. Yeah, helping Captain Ventralis there just gets us a little more on his good side, which we'll actually need, I think. If we can get assistance from the Marines down here, then that's peachy perfect to me. I don't want to step on his toes, he's not responsible for any of this, and I agree with his opinions wholeheartedly. I mean, you heard what he said. It exists for people to do stupid crap that gets people killed. Maybe. I haven't decided yet. Is that easy decryption? I might dip into the hot labs. There are plenty of ways to go about this, so you can also, like I said, you can just negate all of this, just head on straight down. You'll get some resistance, and the automated turret defenses will try and attack you too.
Where did they come from? Were they...
Or you can take things a little more cautiously. You can explore this place a little more thoroughly, then you'll have a much better result, because...
Got a smoke? We're all out.
Yeah, you'll see, if we head even a little bit down here, you'll start to see all those red arrows. We can't go that way, so we're not gonna even try and go that way.
What? No!
Sorry, I haven't had much sleep since the attack. Yeah, is there something you need?
Intel is always good.
What sort of work do you do here?
I can't say. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. If we survive, I'd like to keep my job.
You really think an NDA is the most important right now?
Terrible, but the pay is better than any other commercial lab.
You're not happy on Peak 15?
Operations first, huh?
The outside world doesn't exist here, just walls of ice and rock. There's only the work, the discovery. It's easy to forget why science is guided by ethics. Maybe we're paying for that now.
You gotta wonder what they pay these people and what kind of contracts they have them sign in order to evoke such loyalty. Like, his ass is on the line here. He's probably gonna die and he still won't tell us shit.
What do you know about the hot labs?
Nothing, I didn't work there. As far as I know, Han Olar was the only survivor.
Is he in the medical ward?
No, he's staying in the science team's quarters. Be gentle with him. He had a trying experience.
I feel like you can all say that.
What do you do here?
I'm a toxicologist. I can't talk about my work. Not that I'm doing anything since the accident.
There was an accident here?
I can't talk about what happened. Not here. Too public. Talk to Dr. Cohen in the medical ward. He was the project lead.
Okay.
I'm looking for an
So we'll head down to the medical ward then.
Sorry. Well, there's Dr. Ayalis over there. There's also our guest, Lady Benezia. Captain Ventralis might know where she is.
How are you holding up?
It would be petty to complain after showering off a coworker's brain.
I think it's okay to complain about that, friend.
Of course, not all of us have guns.
I'll talk to you later.
Remember to report any suspicious noises.
Yeah, I mean, you look pretty secure here, but the fact that they're coming up the tramway trying to get in here speaks for itself too. You ain't that secure.
Science pukes. Should just bug out and leave them to die. All their fault anyway.
Bug out. I can't say I would disagree with that assessment. But still, we're not gonna leave them to die. It is their fault, though.
Welcome you. Cautiously, I am curious.
What are you doing down here, elephant bro? This is not a place for an Elcor.
I heard there were some problems up here.
Furtively, I am concerned about the state of our guards. Many have been awake for days. For now, with forced cheer, I still have a limited
forced cheer.
supply of equipment to sell.
Let's have a look.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventralis.
That's okay, friend. I'm not gonna milk you too much here. So the Scimitar X is 236. I think we're already packing shotguns that are a little more effective than that, because Rex has the 297, so we're not interested in that too much. Unity Amp, not so much. We will definitely suck up the license, though, and since we're back not on our max stack of cash, we are going to sell some things and get back right up there where we need to be. So what can I sell here? We can definitely sell some of these pistols. The Karpov 10s are going to outclass anything we could possibly get there. Now we're back at our max stack, so we'll keep that there for now.
What?
It's a hell of an attitude already.
You're a member of the science teams?
Recently transferred, yes.
Call me Dollstone and I'm going to take my pistol out of my holster.
What do you do here?
Molecular genetics. I specialize in biotic-enhanced allele-specific hybridization.
Oh, same. Yeah, I took that in high school.
That's a bit technical for me.
I am very good at tracking inherited variations in genetic sequences. I'm sure you would find it quite dull.
You seem less upset at this situation than the others.
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
That's a nice little way to tell us to piss off, huh?
Tell me about yourself.
I am Alestia Ialis from the University of Arraeus. Is there anything in particular you want to know, or should I just spout random facts?
Yeah, she's a little bitchy, isn't she?
No need to be so rude.
You are interrupting my meditations. Precisely how rude must I be to convince you to leave?
Almost done. Don't stress too much. One more question for you.
Do you know Matriarch Benezia?
Why ask me, and not your friend?
You know who Liara is.
Because I do not know anything about the matriarch.
Then why would I?
Okay, I guess maybe you... Well, you're pretending you don't know who Liara is by accepting that answer, but you clearly knew who she was by face value, because one random Asari to another would know about the same as each other for Matriarch Benezia, so she clearly knows who Liara is there. She's shady. Tried to play it off, but...
What do you want?
I didn't mean to bother you.
No, you did nothing wrong. I'm just distracted.
What happened to these people?
They're suffering from a toxin. There was an accident. I have a non-disclosure agreement. I shouldn't discuss it with anyone outside of the company.
I'm gonna need you all to stop with the non-disclosure shit. There are people's lives at stake here. You wanna keep to your NDA, or do you wanna help me save these people?
But you're going to, because I might be able to help.
And I'd like to think that the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets.
They don't, but you do,
Vera,
so
the
continue.
VI for Peak 15? She handles the safety protocols for our experiments here.
We reactivated her on our way through Central Station.
That was you? I'm grateful. Until she came online, the automatic equipment wouldn't work. We lost the connection to Mira in the middle of an experiment and the quarantine failed. These three were exposed to a toxin, something we were working on.
I understand your caution, but I need details. What you say won't go beyond these walls.
It's a bioweapon, based on an exotic life form discovered on the frontier. They wanted something that could kill the creature. But there was no profit in something that kills one species on the frontier. We kept working on it and adapted it to affect more species. Thoros B is highly infectious, but can't pass from one person to another, like a biowar attack without a pandemic spread.
Do you imagine that distinction makes this ethical?
Militaries, governments, they'll get this kind of weapon one way or another, and we're trying to limit the damage. I know you can't see that.
So is Thoros B a connection to the Thorian, or is Thoros B just a convenient name for something they were designing to kill the Rachni? So that either way, they're producing Rachni here, and then they're also producing bioweapons that can kill Rachni to keep them under control, right? In case the leash slips a little, they can just wipe them all out with a bioweapon. Naturally, for Binary Helix, that wasn't enough. Not much profit in something that just kills Rachni when your customer is one customer that's holding the leash. So why not make it wipe out everything instead?
There's a reason the Citadel conventions forbid bioweapons, Doctor.
I didn't expect you to understand.
Correct. Bioweapons are illegal on Earth, too, before the Citadel.
Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
Is he right to keep people out?
No, the toxin has a brief period of viability. After that, it breaks down into simple protein chains. But he won't listen to me.
I'll talk to him. Maybe I can convince him to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you can do anything, I'd...
Of course, you can't ask me officially.
How's the science team holding up?
Better than Ventralis' guards. They've been on alert since the first attack. I've been administering stims at their request. But every species needs to sleep. They're getting twitchy, irrational.
Are you the doctor here?
I'm a doctor, but not the doctor. My specialty is microbiology, not first aid. We had a
I imagine you still had to take an oath.
We lost him. The automatics can handle basic treatment. Mira runs them.
Talk to you later.
I hope you can do something.
I'll certainly try, Doc.
This system is online and ready to provide emergency services.
What's wrong with these people?
Accessing logs. They were in the midst of an experiment when the shutdown began.
When you were taken offline.
Without my program to administrate containment procedures, a quarantine breach occurred.
What treatments have been attempted?
I'm afraid treatment is not possible. An unknown toxin is present within the tissues of each patient.
Of course, the computer doesn't even know what's going on there. You can get Mira to hook us up and heal us, but we actually don't need any metagel. If we didn't have medical interfaces, we could get her to heal us on up, but we're all packing med interfaces at this point, so that's not too big of an issue. What we will do, though, is swing back to Ventralis. We need his permission to head down there into the quarantine. Not gonna step on any toes, so... He should already be quite willing to help us, though. He owes us, right? We've helped him with the RACHNI, tend Mira on along the way. He knows we're capable.
Something you need?
I've heard about the problems in the quarantine lab. I'd like to recover the toxin cure.
God, I wish we could help those guys. I really do, but we can't risk contamination now.
We're not part of your defense plans. We're consuming extra rations, extra metagel.
Yeah, but you also have extra guns. All right, you want to gamble with your life, you're not under my command. I'll have the guard let you in, but he'll lock the door behind you.
It's not like he could stop me. We're a Spectre.
If there are any anomalies, you stay in there.
That's very fair.
Reasonable precautions.
I'll radio ahead to let the guard know. Good luck.
And the handshake, too. Yeah, I like Ventralis.
I've got work to do.
It's good, man.
You and me both.
Yeah, Ventralis got his head on straight. It's not like he wants those 6 scientists to die. It's just defensively he can't risk his men to help him, but as soon as he got the opportunity to somebody else to help him, well, he let us on in, so... And like he said, we do have extra guns, so we could help with his defense, but he cares enough about the scientists to help us assist. That's good. That's a good look for the captain. We'll actually get to speak to the Volus doctor that was mentioned down here too. Learn more about this. Here's Hanola. It's the guard that's going to let us in. We'll take the metagel. I think we popped a couple before we came here. We haven't hit the Normandy restock in the medbay for a while. Take all that stuff. That's the maintenance area. We will actually be taking that little slipway.
Nightmares like this. Too many cheap horror vids before it lights out.
Yeah, that'll get you.
You came to find out about them, didn't you?
You mean those things out there?
Yes. I'm the only survivor from the hot lab, you know.
I need to know more about those things out there.
About the RACHNI?
RACHNI? That's preposterous.
Where did they come from?
They found it in a derelict ship. An egg. Waiting since the last battles. They brought it here.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
Stay out of it. It's an A and B conversation. See your way out.
Dies here. Do you?
He does not.
If you're gonna be crazy, be the quiet kind.
Crazy? I'm sane. God, am I sane?
Yeah, I bet he kind of wishes he was a little crazy. Might help him deal with this.
I need to know everything about the RACHNI.
I told you all I can. We brought the RACHNI back from the dead. In retrospect, a bad decision.
I'm surprised whoever found that egg on a derelict ship didn't just destroy it then and there after what happened with all the RACHNI before.
I heard you were at the hot labs. How did you make it out alive?
I killed her.
Who?
Doctors on Muir. We were going to lunch when the alarms went off. I ran into the tram, and I closed the doors. She banged on the window once, then they sliced her to pieces. Her head came apart like a melon. I closed the door. I killed her.
To be honest, in the heat of the situation like that, with survival instincts, it sounds like you did the right thing. If she only had time to bang once, then you were probably both dead if you held the door. You're only alive because you closed that, but that's still tough either way. Seeing somebody die right in front of you like that as a direct consequence of your actions, that would mess with anybody, right?
Tell me what you know. I'll make your survival mean something.
You think I want absolution? There is none.
Could Matriarch Benezia survive in the hot labs?
It's possible. The specimens were sensitive to biotics.
Okay.
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
Well, we got a little bit of information. At least we know how they ended up here. It's Ventralis' man.
You're not part of the crew.
I have Ventralis' permission to go in there.
Yeah, he radioed. He also said you have to prove you're not contaminated to get out. You got a death wish? You should stand watches on the barricade.
There's no death wish involved here. Quite the opposite, actually, and you might need this if the contamination spreads. This is good for everybody, friend. It's nice to see that the soldiers' attitudes towards all this is they shouldn't have been doing this in the first place, fools. They get what they deserve. I guess it comes off as a little harsh when you're talking about people dying, but they're not wrong, right? Scientists messing with illegal bioweapons and chem weapons and bioengineering and all this shady stuff is what literally led to all this happening. It's their fault. It's not anybody else's fault. So here's our research notes that we gotta read. We've isolated 4 chemicals that can be combined to counteract the toxin. They must be mixed in precise quantities. As each chemical is poured, the equipment will mark the minimum and maximum amount that will work. Too little or too much will spoil the result. Now we know how to make this, and the machine will stop us making too much error. Switch that. Switch that. Switch that. And switch that. There's the cure.
Your mission ends here, Shepard.
We'll see about that, bitch.
I love Rex. And to no surprise, here she is.
What happened to Ventralis' man?
I didn't have permission to come in. He got in my way. I was ordered to eliminate you should the opportunity arise. And here you are, trapped in this lab.
Or are you trapped with me? Yeah, it's gonna be a big bitch please on this. Like Rex said. We'll see, bitch. That takes care of all that. Solid as ever, Rex. And maybe the people out here could tell me where those Geth came from. It's interesting that they didn't just kill everybody in here, actually, and only the guard.
They came out of there.
You mean the Geth? The inorganics the Asari had with her?
Don't want to drop the Geth bombshell, huh?
Brought them with her.
How can I get into the maintenance area?
A team lead would have access. Like Dr. Cohen. He's in the medical bay.
Well, he's about to very much be in our debt, so I'm sure he'll hand on the Passover as soon as we cure his scientist and absolve him from his sins. Let's head back to him and cure those doctors. That's the important part here. We'll deal with the maintenance lab whenever. I don't think there's really anything else we can do for Rift Station beyond curing these doctors and just moving on and hope they hold out long enough for us to fix this. Surprised none of you reacted to her disappearing and then not coming back. I guess the station's not that much on alert. She must have killed the Turian fast too, for nobody else on the ERCS to understand what went on.
Is that the cure? You did it?
That Asari scientist, the one in the mess hall, she just tried to kill us.
Alestia? That's unbelievable. I don't know much about her. She arrived a month ago. One of the shareholders pulled strings to get her here.
Yeah, one of Saren's agents.
Saren the Spectre.
Put somebody on the inside to keep tabs and an eye on things.
I think that was the name. I don't pay attention to the other research teams. Look, the guards, they've been more on edge since you got here. I think they were expecting you. And there are more labs in the back. The guards won't even let me back there. Just people with clearance.
And that is a great little hint that if we go there, we're actually going to get attacked by the guards here.
What about the maintenance area? Do you have access to that?
The maintenance area? Yes. Take my pass. But there's just snow back there.
We'll see.
Let me see that file. An extension on Phelps' work? I thought he was on the right track. I can't thank you enough that... Oh, God, what a cliche. You saved their lives, do you know that?
I'll take whatever you got.
Could you spare a few medical packs? They're worth their weight in gold up here.
You didn't get these from me. Ventralis wanted them saved for his people. I need to administer this. Thanks again.
Okay, so that's our 24 Paragon, and we have saved the medical staff, so that's good.
They don't look much better.
It'll take time for them to recover. They're through the worst.
That's good.
Good news. I'll see you around.
And we got his pass for the maintenance base, so now we can head on back down there. Start making our jump towards this. We are going to wrap the episode on up here in a second, but I'll clear the maintenance bay first, and then we'll deal with what we got to deal with next time. It's a pretty good place to split things up. We already bought everything from the merchant, so... Again, I'm not going to tangle with the guards. You could go back to those other labs, but you'd have to wipe out Ventralis' men in order to do that. And they're not actually the bad guys here. They're just following orders. They're not the ones at fault or at blame for any of this. They just have orders, right? They don't know me, they don't know anything that's going on here, really. They're just soldiers. I'm not interested in killing them just because they're in my way and they have orders. So I'll take the maintenance path. We'll take the side way. Sneak in around them. Less innocent blood and more blood from people who deserve to have it shed. Not going to be a friendly place, though. We already know Geth came from this way, so you can imagine. RACHNI back here, too. Dodged his little mortar shell attempt. RACHNI actually is not what I was expecting here. Expected Geth. Maybe they have some more control than you would imagine on some of these things. Get this opened. Sneak that in. Alright, so there's multiple doors here. We'll save up just in case I do an oopsie and I end up going too far. Because we don't want to go all the way back down here, because if we take this elevator on our left, then that's going to take us to all those guards we just avoided killing, right?
Watchdog protocol is active.
Yeah. Up there, that's where all the Marines are. They're not gonna appreciate us showing up. So this door is the way we want to go, but not just yet. We'll get to that next episode. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please do check out those links in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Mass Effect. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.